Like, oh, I better love this whiskey. Hey, welcome back, Whiskey Questers, to another episode of Whiskey Quest. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Antonio, and in this channel, I get to try whiskeys from all over the world. I like to add a drop of water to each one of them, just to see if it changes. You'll never know unless you try it. So if you're curious about whiskey, you want to learn more about whiskey, just in general, you already love whiskey, consider hitting that subscribe button with the bell notification so you can stick around for more videos. Let's move on with this review. So Bunnahabhain 12 is going to be the Scotch whiskey of the week. And this comes from Islay, hence my hoodie. If you're going to drink Islay scotches, I think you got to
be dark and mysterious
and put on your hoodies for sure. That is the way to drink it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. This is how you do it. So this is going to be a series that I'm going to call it Try It Before You Buy It, because it's going to be little sample bottles like this. This one right here costs around $60 in my area. So to me, that's pretty expensive in my book. So anything over $40, I kind of tend to cross my fingers when I buy a bottle, and I'm like, oh, I better love this whiskey. And so far, I've been pretty lucky that, you know, some are better than others, but not one of them has really disappointed me to the point where I'm like, oh my God, I gotta toss this in the sink or the toilet. And for that, I want to try something before I buy it. So it'll just be a quick review. I won't go into too much detail about the distillery and stuff like that. I just want to see how good it is, give you some basic notes from what I get out of this, and if it's good enough, I'll let you know at the end of the video if I will be picking up a full bottle of it and then spend some time with it. That way I can give you a formal review and let you know how, you know, sometimes some bottles get better as you get down past the neck pour. Some of them have to wait till it's like somewhere in the middle. So for that, I just want to try something like that before I go buy it and spend a whole bunch of money on that. So let's get on with the review of Bunnahabhain 12. So like I said, this is an Islay Scotch whiskey, and from what I've seen online, this is supposedly the least peaty of Islay Scotches. So again, you still gotta wear the hoodie. And this one is right here, non-chill filtered, and it's bottled at 46.3% ABV. Yeah, and it's matured in ex-bourbon barrels and sherry casks. So I'm already expecting a nice flavor out of this. And honestly, just the fact that it's non-chill filtered, it's an Islay Scotch, and it's bottled at 46.3% ABV, would have been enough for me to buy it. But like I said, $60 tends to be a little pricey in my book. And well, let's see what it's all about. Let's get straight into the color for this. I'm not sure if they add color to this, but it's a nice dark color. This is not something too light. I'd say there's a little bit of a reddish tint in the gold here. So let's move on to the nose. Oh yeah, definitely light on the peat. I can smell it, but it's more like a little blanket of peat, you know. It's just there, but it's still letting things come out. I get some nice maltiness out of this. There's some nuttiness also in there. Some chocolate. Say there's a little bit like a leathery note also. I get some citrus, some orange citrus out of this. There's like some apples, but more like cooked apples. That's a very pleasant nose right there. So right away, if peat flavor or the scent is something that you don't like, but you really want to get into Islay Scotches, so far this is something that you can pick up. I get some vanilla too now. Very nice nose. let's move on to the taste, guys. Cheers. Oh my God. So much flavor coming out of this. I get a really oily mouthfeel. Wow. One more sip. Beautiful. Beautiful palate. Again, that oiliness. Get some hot cinnamon up front. That peat, it's a little bit more detectable on the palate than it was on the nose, but it's still not like heavily peated like an Ardbeg. This allows for a lot more of those flavors to be deciphered. So I get some cherries, definitely some chocolate there, like a nutty chocolate, or some char going on. I think that's mainly what the smokiness is going to be, is that char. Yeah, nice oaky char, that chocolate, dark chocolate, and it really has like a long finish. A little bit dry, but I'm digging that. I'm digging that a lot. Holy moly, what a great whiskey. Let me add a drop of water, but because I drank quite a bit, let me just add a little bit more here so I can add some water, and then we'll see what happens with that. Wow. Like I said, I've been trying to get into more like Speyside Scotch this year, but one thing leads to another, and Islay always wins. I can't help it, guys. Just one drop there. That's all we're gonna do. I'll leave this here for a little bit. We'll come back to the whiskey. All right, wait it just a little bit here. Let's see what we get on the nose with a drop of water. I'm getting a lot more like pears and apples, but like cooked pears and apples. To me, when I smell cooked fruits, I get more sweetness out of it on the nose. More vanilla, more caramel kind of notes coming out. And honestly, that light peat smell that I was getting earlier without the water, it's pretty much gone. More wood notes coming out. Maybe some leather. And that chocolate. Fantastic. Let's just hope the palate improved just as much. Cheers, everybody. Okay. So it did feel lighter, but it still leaves me with that oily mouthfeel. And that cinnamon came across, but a little bit more tame. It wasn't attacking my taste buds, and I like the abuse from a whiskey. So this right here, it's very light and approachable. I'm getting those cooked fruit notes also coming through. That chocolatey, it's like a milk chocolate and then turns into a bitter dark chocolate. Pretty awesome. Nice maltiness taste there going on too. Nice cereal notes coming out, but the finish did go a little bit on the medium side this time, and it just finishes with a nice light burnt caramel flavor. Very interesting scotch here. So my final thoughts on the Bunnahabhain 12 Single Malt Scotch Whisky from Islay. I'm really glad I found this little bottle. I've been eyeballing Bunnahabhain for a while. I just wasn't sure if I was gonna really like it. And again, I'm a sucker for Islay scotches, but still $60. I was like, ooh, what if it just doesn't hit that mark, So I'm glad I picked it up, and for sure we'll be picking up a whole bottle of this, spend some time with it, and come back and do a formal review of this. Hopefully I can pick out a lot more flavors, because this does seem like something that would open up with time. But for right now, it's a definitely try it before you buy it. All right, Whiskey Questers, thanks for stopping by for another Whiskey Quest review, and I will be definitely picking this up, like I said. So I want to know, have you guys tried the Bunnahabhain 12? What did you guys think about it? And again, help me reach that 1,000 subscribers simply by giving this video a like and sharing it with your friends. And again, if this is something that you like watching and you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Have a nice, awesome weekend, day of your week, whenever you're watching this. Cheers, everybody. Here's to Islay. Peace.